Hello and welcome to Tech Tips at 2. What's up with website is our topic today. And this is our final in our series. So wanted to let you know that we're going to be talking about websites, not specifically about website services, more about websites and what you can do with them and things that you should consider when you have your website up and running. So let's talk about our agenda today. We're going to talk about website components. We're going to be talking about increasing your traffic to your website, some tools that you can do to help gain exposure, as well as our famous fun tips to try. So website design elements. We have a few, just by a show of hands, how many of you currently have a website right now for your business? Okay, of course I can't see those that don't have their picture up, but pretty much I'm gonna say most of us do. So here are some elements that you can look at to see if you have on your website. Does it fit your brand and mission? Now here, we're not just talking about your colors with a brand, we're talking about what you do and how you do it. And does it convey what you're trying to, what your core values are for your business? Does it speak to your ideal client? You should have kind of an idea of who that client is. Are they a health nut? Are they a business professional? Are they older? Are they younger? Are they male? Are they female? Do they live in the area, or is it nationwide, or is it worldwide? These are things you have to identify about your business and also implement this into your website. It should be, the content should be pertinent and genuine. Try to avoid those buzzwords that people use all the time. Use words that speak to you and your services or your products that you offer. Easy to navigate. You don't want people to do, well, there used to be an old rule, you know, the 3 clicks. You don't want them to have to click 3 times to get to where they want to go. If you have an awful lot to convey to your customers, you're going to need to look at how you can organize that in a manner that's easy to navigate. The other thing to consider is what they call above the fold. So just like a traditional newspaper would be, when you open the newspaper, you unfold it in half. It's half on the top. The above the fold is talking about the thing that is on the screen at the time that they're viewing it, before they have to scroll down. And visually pleasing, like anything. Look, the website is your digital business card. It's your digital brochure, whatever you want to call it. This is the way you're promoting your business. So it should be visually pleasing. It should be entertaining. You want people to go there, but you want them to stay there. So what do you need for a website? I'm going to get a little techie. You need a URL. The URL is your domain name. Okay, you're required to register your domain name, and it has to be unique. So for example, mine is www.masteritmedia.com. When I was looking at business names for my business, one of the things that I wanted to make sure was that that URL was available. I didn't want to have to put an NY after it. I didn't want to have to put, you know, something else that wasn't my name. And that was important to me because I felt that I wanted to make it easy for my clients to find me, whatever platform they were going on. So it's the same across all my platforms: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn, and Google My Business. Domain hosting. This is a company that will store your website. So when you have your, you have a place, an address. So look at it as number 1, the URL is your address. Number 2 is your house. That's where you store all your stuff. A design tool or a web designer. So the design tool, there are many out there. I personally use GoDaddy. They have a website builder. It's very cheap. They're well known. Their support is good. Other people use Wix, Weebly. They're another, that they're free tool. Some of them have a free component. They call them a freemium. So you have a free component, but it doesn't really have your URL. So it's not great to use the free components. Buy the URL, invest the money in your business. The design tool is there for you to use. I, of course, am a web designer, so if you need help, I can help you with web design. But a web designer, whoever you use, just make sure they know what they're doing. Make sure that they know how to design a website. Don't hire, Jimmy next door who mows your lawn at the same time, because this is critical for your website to be designed properly, not just look good. Analytics. Websites, especially Google, has this amazing tool called Google Analytics. And you put that on your page and you can access who's going to your page and what they're doing and what their age is. You get all this demographic information that can help you determine what are your most popular pages, and maybe those popular pages need to be highlighted in some way. So analytics is key. You might need an e-commerce tool if you're selling things online. Some of these tools, design tools I mentioned in step number 3, are also have e-commerce components. The domain hosting has to support the e-commerce tool, and you need it to be able to be secure. And we're going to go into some of these things later on in the presentation. I just wanted to mention the color of psychology. Donna asked, can you do that on a Facebook page? You can do, if we're talking about analytics, Donna, yes, you can do that. You can look at your analytics on a Facebook page as well. So if you don't have your colors already, there is this psychology of color. So you can see by this graphic that I pulled from Gate City Signs that color stands for other things. When we see red, this says red as appetite, but I also see red as a warning, a stop sign, things like that. So you have to, it's interpretation of it. I went with purple and teals for my business because I like the color purple. Very happy that it's wealth, wisdom, and respect, because I'm very happy with that. One of the things when you're on a website, watch out for color. You can, some people use yellow text on a white background. It is very, very hard to see. And remember that people might be looking at it on their phone, so that makes it even more difficult if it's a smaller size. We have another question. Okay. Donna, let's talk online. Donna was asked, she can't have a website, so you will definitely talk offline about that, Donna, because you don't just need a website, but this is good information in general. There are some things that you'll gain from this presentation as well. Have 2 to 3 color palette. Have 2 to 3 colors that you're predominantly using. So you don't want to be over, you don't want to look like a circus and people get confused and they don't know where to look. Focus on a main color, an accent color, and you may want to have another color. Like I usually use purple, teal, and white. Those are my 3 colors that I use for my business, so that they pretty much stay consistent throughout my marketing. So common website pages. These are the pages that you'll find on a website most usually. Obviously your home page, your About Us page. This should be very well written. Your data that you put in this, it has keywords that people will search for. In your About Us page, you should tell them your experience, who you are, what you do, how you got to here. People want to know a story. Stories sell, right? People tell, stories sell. This is where your About Us comes in handy. Contact Us page. They need to know how to get in touch with you. People, sometimes they just want to go to your website, they look at it for 5 seconds, they click the Contact Us because they want to know. Some people also have a pop-up that will come up. Now, Visitors might find that annoying. So you have to determine whether the pop-up is the right thing for you, but definitely have a contact us page. And these are some other pages to consider: a products and service page, obviously highlighting the best that you have to offer. If you do e-commerce, you should have a shop or a store or a link to it. And I always love the advice and blog. As I mentioned before, I have a blog page that's on my site. Once a month, I send out a newsletter, and that blog is included in it. So I'm serving two purposes. The other thing that I have on my site is the business toolkit, and that has links to other sites. And that helps my clients, if they're looking for something, they can use my site as a resource and hopefully come back and visit it and see how things are going with that, with the site. They'll see, oh, look, Margaret's doing this, or Margaret's got a speaking engagement. This kind of opens up the dialogue and also helps my clients with things that they may be struggling with. So think how you can implement that into your business. And Donna, talking about what you do on your Facebook page, that's something you can do on your Facebook page as well. So
Okay.
Oh, yes?
No, I said, okay.
Oh, okay, great. So must-haves. These are the things that I strongly recommend that you have on your website. Your contact information, without fail, should be on the bottom of every page, your contact info. Calls to action. People go to your website. What are they doing? What are they going to do when they get there? You need to direct them. Make it so easy for them that they're going to sign up for your newsletter, or they're going to click on a video, or they're going to buy this product. Keywords are key. So a keyword are basically, back in the day, you'd have to have something called a meta tag descriptions, and you would have these things sitting behind your website, hidden behind, nobody would really see them. Now, with the advent of all these amazing search engines and things called spiders that go out and look and find all these keywords, what you have on your site is just as important as the things that sit behind your site in the back end coding. So make sure that you're using words that not only describe your business, but describe your client's pain points, what they're going to be searching for. That's really important. I suggest you do keyword searches for yourself. There's a couple that are out there. They're paid services that you can kind of use. But I always say, start writing a list of when you talk to clients and they call you and they say, I need help with, and then start writing it down. Okay, I need help with, my mortgage. I need help with my organizing. I need help with recipes. Any of these things that your business does need to be, and use a thesaurus, find different words, different ways to say the same thing, because depending on your clients, they may be using a different term. And some people in the back end, not in the front end, I would not suggest this on your front end, they will also put misspelling of words. So for example, if people will spell raccoon with only one C, that's something that you need to, have in a back end. It's quite entertaining. Links to your social media. You want them to follow you on social media, because most of us will update our social media more frequently than we update our websites. So make sure that you have links to your social media. Some people even have a little pop-up on their website that actually scrolls their latest posts on a whichever social media platform they favor. Visuals, including video. Again, this gets back to being entertaining. You should have visuals. You should have photos that are engaging, that are interesting. You can see here, this is adorable. It's got a little kitten on it. This is fun. It's light. It's a very clean space. She's got a lot of, this is a Facebook page, but you can see like her images are very engaging. And I think video is key. We're all looking at, now people want to watch a video. It doesn't have to be long. And you need to have something that's going to, again, speak to your people. A lot of people have videos of themselves talking, which is great. There's a lot of professional video companies out there that can do it, but if you don't want to do that, just grab your computer and start talking. It's great. Or your phone. Behind the scenes, so back in the day, this is what I used to code in, and it wasn't fun. So it's much easier now. However, there are still some things behind the scenes that you need to be aware of with your website. You'll hear the term SEO, and it stands for search engine optimization. And search engine optimization basically means you want to use, again, we're talking about those keywords, in the right places. There's things like headers and subheadings, header 1, header 2, header 3. Those are things that are the important things. So those, when you're designing a website, you have to make sure that the header is filled with a lot of words that are going to be picked up. You also need to make sure that this is, look, we want to make Google happy, right? 78% of people worldwide use Google as their primary search engine. That being said, you need to feed Google as much as possible. And the search engine optimization is the way to get that. And this is free. Remember, all I talk about is free things that you're doing here with your website. Search engine optimization will give you free results and searches. SSL stands for Secure Socket Layer. And you, in my personal opinion, if you do not have SSL installed on your website, you're doing yourself and your clients a disservice. It's a way of having, explaining to your clients that they may not even realize it, that you're a secure and trusted site. You'll notice this if you ever go to a website, it has a little lock on the left-hand side of the address bar. That means it's secure. If it is not secure, it may also be blocked by some people's computers or their phones, depending on how they have their settings set. So you certainly want to make sure that you have that installed on your system. And some of these come for free with your hosting. So it's definitely worth just making sure you have it if you don't know. This is critical now because most people are using their phones to visit websites. So it should be mobile optimized, and they also call it responsive design. So by responsive design, it looks good on all devices. So whether it's an iPad or whether it's a Chromebook or whether it's a, a huge computer with a, 50-inch screen that they're using in their living room, it doesn't matter. It'll look good on all of these different devices. And speed. This is one thing, I guess it's now the immediacy of everything, that we're so used to getting things at a touch of a button. Your page should load in under 2 seconds. If it's taking longer than that, you might lose interest. I was waiting for something today. I was on a site and it loaded very slow. There are tools you can do to check your website, and I'll put them on my toolkit to see how the speed of your site, and Google has them and they're free. So definitely take a look to see if your site is working at peak efficiency. And keep in mind, usually it's the photos that will cause you the problems. Photo and video loads can slow down a page load. So why is SEO so important? Because organic search drives more traffic, plain and simple. By organic search, I mean, these are searches, people go into Google and they say, I want a tree service near me. They're going to be looking for you that way. Yes, you'll get ads up front, but you want to be on the top of that organic search list. The goal is to be on page 1. That's in the Google search. When I say, you type in, there'll be a couple of ads, and then you want your business on that first page. People are very rarely going to a second and third page on a search. Think about your own, how you search for things. Make that part of your homework, right? Go through and look at how you search for businesses and what you do and what you like and what you don't like, because we can learn an awful lot from what we don't like. Promotion of you over your competition. You want that SEO tight so that you come before your competition. So in all this organic searching, I want to take a trip over to Google My Business. And I want to have a caveat here right now. Google My Business is right now putting some things on hold. They're putting their reviews on hold. They're making priority for things like businesses closed and hours of operation changes. So it is an amazing tool. If you don't know what it is, when you do a search for a business, on the right-hand side, you're going to see a picture with maybe a map, and then it has that business name with their website. That is a Google My Business page. If you don't own your own Google My Business page, you need to do that. So if you need help with that, we'll talk a little bit about this at the end. A Google My Business page is free advertising. You can put things like your offers, you can put your business, your about us, you can put links to your social media. It is extremely valuable. So with that said, Google My Business is a way to promote your business for free and a way to drive traffic to your website. So it's free. Complete listings. This was the statistics that I found on numerous sites. This was the lowest number. Complete listings get 7 times more visits than people with incomplete listings or no listing at all. So stressing the fact that a Google My Business page is critical for your business. People can leave reviews. As I mentioned, right now, reviews are on hold. That will change. You want reviews because even though when people are searching for businesses and they're searching for your business, they're going to see the review right there. It also appears in Google Maps. So when people are searching for something, maybe they're searching for, if you run a cafe near me, it's going to come up in Google Maps, which is fantastic. And to get there, you go to business.google.com. You need to have a Gmail address. So if you don't have a Gmail address for your business, I would strongly suggest you get one. And then create this Google My Business page within that. As I mentioned, right now, some of these features are on hold. So make sure you put this in your calendars to do. Check in a month with me and I'll let you know if the restrictions have been lifted. So driving traffic to your site, and I want you to be very careful with this. I'm talking about organic driving, right? Get on free online directories. There's something called Yahoo Local. There's something called the Yellow Pages that's online. Believe it or not, they're still there. These are sites, and there's of course Yelp and Bing Local, and there's tons of them. The product I was telling you about, Thrive, that I use, has this built into it. And I have over 70 places that my my business is listed in an online directory. So people, whatever they're using, they're going to find me. And I didn't have to go to these 70 sites and register, which saved me hours of time. Find the ones that you think are going to speak to your clients the most, or that your clients might be using. Social media posts. We talked about this yesterday and the day before about content and Facebook. Create social media posts, drive traffic back to your website. Reciprocal links. If I have a page on my site that links to another business's page, that's a reciprocal link. So I could create a page that says, here are businesses that we feel might help you in your, in your business. Or if you're in a, some people do the things where they get affiliate links where you can gain money if people click on something, but I'm talking about more of the organic ones, the ones where you say, I may link to my Chamber of Commerce and the Chamber of Commerce may link to me. Master Network, same thing. There may be a member who has a site that I can benefit from, and I would put their link on my page and they could put mine. So you could have your own page on, local businesses providing services that you may need. Hashtags. Again, this is something where you can create a hashtag that's your website, but remember with hashtags, you can't use a period. So it could be masteritmedia.com, and then people would know it's .com. But I think more the hashtags are a way to drive business to your website in a manner of making that known through your social media posting. Email marketing. If you don't have a tool like MailChimp or Constant Contact or Thrive that has e-newsletters, these are all tools that will help you get drive traffic to your site by sending out emails to these people. They're opt-in emails. It will prevent you from being being tagged as spam in your mailbox. So don't send emails from your personal mailbox is my recommendation. Get yourself email marketing. MailChimp, I can help you with. Thrive, I can help you with. I do Constant Contact as well. MailChimp has a free version. Definitely use it, upload your database to it, and send out your emails through there. Guest blog posts, question video. Deciding whether you want to do this or not is up to you, but you could be somebody's guest blog. You could create a guest blog post for somebody else that will drive traffic to you. You can post on, next door neighbor. You can post on things like, again, LinkedIn, where we had talked our first two classes. These are things where you can use your exposure in the other platforms to drive people back. Video, again, is really popular. You'll see it's becoming more and more common where people are taking video of themselves talking or interviewing somebody else and then posting it online. These are, again, are ways your goal is to drive people to follow you and get to your website. And here's something I want you to avoid is website traffic generators. They can have a negative effect because what you're looking for are real people. You don't want to, oh, look at all the wonderful sites I have. It messes up your demographics and your analytics. So please avoid them. They're expensive and they're not worth the money. So let's talk about our fun tips to try. These are all free. And this is the only tip with these because I put them all on one page. Remember we were talking about how if your site is too slow, people will get disinterested and hop off. There's this website, compressor.io. You can upload a photo and it will shrink it down for you. I personally use my own way of doing it on my computer, but you don't have to have tech background. You just upload it and then download the fixed file. These are the next group are a group of free public domain photo sites where you can, and actually some of them now are even offering free video. So these are things where you can download public domain photos. Please be aware that they do have photos that you have to pay for that are usually mixed in or hidden on the top. Those are things you want to avoid clicking, but they will let you know, oh, you have to pay for this. So make sure you're getting the free ones. So it's freeimages.com, pexels.com, and pixabay.com. And then if you want to find out if your site is mobile friendly, you can go to search.google.com/test/mobile-friendly. And that is going to give you a way of seeing if your site is actually mobile friendly or not. The other way is, you can go to your page on your phone and you can see, but it will also tell you some things why it's not mobile friendly or, so these are things to kind of use as helpful tips for your website to help tighten it up a bit. So the last thing, and I mention this all the time, please go to my free business toolkit. It's online. Go to masteritmedia.com, go to training, click on free business toolkit. And if you have anything that you feel has been helpful for your business that you would like me to share with my clients, please email me and let me know. I'd love to add that to my site. Most of the things on that site are free or no cost. And that's basically our presentation for today.